Islam Makhachev. 10 things you didn't know. Islam Ramazanovich Makhachev is a professional mixed martial artist from Russia who competed in Sambo in the past. He fights in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC lightweight division, where he is the current UFC lightweight champion. Makhachev has competed professionally since 2010 and was the 2016 Combat Sambo World Champion at 74 kilograms. He is ranked number 2 in the UFC men's pound-for-pound rankings as of November 14, 2022. Want to know about it in detail? Well, stay tuned till the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will talk about Islam Makhachev, 10 things you didn't know. Meanwhile, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. That being done, let's start. Many people who think Islam Makhachev could become the next Khabib Nurmagomedov have praised him. Although Islam does possess the characteristics of a potential UFC lightweight champion, he must advance up the rankings in order to be considered for the title. The upcoming fight between the number 9 ranked lightweight and Thiago Moises at UFC Vegas 31 will undoubtedly assist him in moving up to 155 pounds. Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev have a long history. The 29-year-old joined Khabib to train under Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov's instruction at a young age. He currently trains at the American Kickboxing Academy, where Daniel Cormier, a legend in the UFC and a former champion, is also a coach. Khabib Nurmagomedov has spent much of his time since retiring cornering Islam Makhachev and training him and other AKA fighters. During his UFC matches, Makhachev is frequently seen getting advice from the Eagle. When asked if Khabib or his coach, Javier Mendez, give him more advice, Makhachev said no. I believe Khabib due to the fact that they come in between rounds and have 1 minute. Hey, I have 30 seconds. I'm gonna say what I want, but you're next. Khabib tells Javier. However, Khabib has more experience playing this game, so I believe he comprehends more. Makhachev and Khabib have been like brothers since they were young, and they clearly have a close relationship. The way the Eagle backs his partner in fights and celebrates victories demonstrates their close relationship. Islam Makhachev is well known for his grappling, especially given that he trained as a combat sambo. However, he also has one of the highest stand-up IQs in the UFC. He holds the rare distinction of being the UFC fighter who took in the fewest strikes per minute with 0.77. That statistic places Islam Makhachev far ahead of UFC champions Charles Oliveira, Israel Adesanya, and Kamaru Usman. In his 11 years as an MMA fighter, he has only lost once. When Adriano Martins knocked him out at UFC 192, Islam Makhachev submitted Drew Dober in the 3rd round of his most recent fight after landing 102 strikes and 3 takedowns. Dober only struck him 14 times in return. In fact, Islam Makhachev absorbed just 131 strikes in 5 fights prior to UFC 259. He made his UFC debut in 2015 by defeating Leo Kuntz via submission. Adriano Martins was Makhachev's opponent in his next fight, which Makhachev lost by knockout in the 1st round. However, he immediately recovered and has won 7 fights since his sole defeat in MMA. Islam Makhachev has won 7 fights in a row, including 2 by submission, 1 by knockout, and 4 decisions. His victories over Gleison Tibau, Arman Tsarukyan, and Drew Dober stand out. Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush share the record for the UFC lightweight division's 2nd longest active winning streak by completing the streak. With 9 victories in a row, lightweight champion Charles Oliveira has the longest active winning streak in the division. A success against Thiago Moises at UFC Vegas 31 will put Islam Makhachev in front of Dariush and closer to the Bronx. Since Islam Makhachev is frequently compared to Khabib, it stands to reason that he is one of the best grapplers in the UFC. Makhachev has established himself as the dominant figure in the art form, for which Dagestanis are typically renowned after spending his entire life learning from Khabib's father, Abdulmanap. With 68%, Islam Makhachev has the highest takedown accuracy in the UFC's lightweight division. Charles Oliveira and Tony Ferguson, 2 other division grapplers, even come close. In his last 5 matches, the Dagestani wrestler has scored 8 takedowns out of 19 vocation wins. Islam has 8 entries, 3 in the UFC. Islam Makhachev is likewise perhaps of the best cautious grappler in the division. With a 68% takedown safeguard, with a score of 75%, Kevin Lee is the only fighter in the top 10 UFC lightweight divisions to defeat Makhachev. In his entire MMA career, Makhachev has only been defeated once, by Arman Tsarukyan at UFC Fight Night 149. If his opponents didn't fear him, Islam Makhachev, a promising lightweight fighter, would be in the top 5 of the UFC division by now. Javier Mendez, Makhachev's coach, has revealed that the majority of UFC fighters view Makhachev as a difficult opponent, Mendez declared. No one wants to fight Islam, so Islam is having a terrible time finding opponents. The only fighters who are willing to face Islam Makhachev are either unranked or ranked below him. He is avoided by top fighters primarily due to the high risk and low reward of such a fight. When given the chance, former UFC lightweight Paul Felder admitted that he was afraid to fight Makhachev, Felder declared. When you get that phone call, there are some guys in the division who go, "Oh man," because you already know what to expect, right? You battle a person like Islam, you should simply be battling his partner, who is one of the best ever, Khabib. Khabib is investing him over all the energy, saying that this youngster, besides the fact that he can wrestle like that, however, his stand-up is spot on, which he didn't need to show. Truly in that battle, since his wrestling is so predominant. And when you see this kid wrestle, as a wrestler, you think, God damn, this kid is good. Makhachev was supposed to confront Rafael dos Anjos on October 24, 2020 at UFC 254. On the other hand, on October 8, 2020, it was announced that dos Anjos had tested positive for COVID-19, and the fight was called off. The pairing remained unchanged and was rescheduled for UFC Fight Night on November 14, 2020. Dos Anjos versus Felder, however, on November 8, it was reported that Makhachev was infected with staph and had to withdraw from the event. Drew Dober was Makhachev's opponent from March 6, 2021 at UFC 259. He won the fight in the third round via arm triangle choke. On July 17, 2021, Makhachev took on Thiago Moises at UFC on ESPN 26 in the fourth round. He took the fight by rear naked choke. A fight with Rafael dos Anjos, the former lightweight champion of the UFC, was rescheduled for October 30th, 2021 at UFC 267. However, due to an injury, dos Anjos had to withdraw from the event, and Dan Hooker took his place. Hooker won the fight via Kimura submission in the first round. Beneil Dariush was to face Makhachev on February 26, 2022 at UFC Fight Night 202. However, on February 12, 2022, it was reported that Dariush had injured his ankle and had withdrawn from the event. Bobby Green took his place. He defeated the opponent by TKO in the first round using ground and pound. On October 22, 2022, Makhachev took on Charles Oliveira at UFC 280 to compete for the vacant UFC Lightweight Championship. After punching Oliveira to the ground, Makhachev won the fight and the title in the second round with an arm triangle choke. He was awarded the bonus for performance of the night for this victory. For his accomplishments in martial arts, Makhachev received the Order for Merit to the Republic of Dagestan. In November 2022, at UFC 284 on February 12, 2023, Makhachev will face the current UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski for the first time. Makhachev defeated Tengiz Kuchua in his M1 global debut on February 12, 2011, and won by knockout in the first round. Makhachev fought Mansour Barnawi on April 9, 2013 at M1 Challenge 38, his second fight for the promotion. He prevailed by a unanimous vote. On August 21, 2013, Makhachev took on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Rander Jr., who had never lost a fight. He prevailed by unanimous vote. On June 7, 2014, Makhachev took on M1 Global Yuri Ivlev at M1 Challenge 49. Islam dominated the fight and used punches to soften Ivlev before submitting him via armbar. On September 7, 2014, Makhachev defeated Ivica Truschek by submission in the third round in his final fight for M1 Global prior to signing with the UFC. So what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's all for today, guys. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.